Assalamu alaikum students. My name is Awais Imam and I'll be teaching you knowledge management course in the semester. Let me introduce you myself. I'm currently pursuing PhD in management sciences and it's been more than 8 years that I've been teaching, and it's a privilege that I'm going to teach you in this semester. Let's move on how this semester will work. It has 7 modules and each module has different research articles. Students will be assessed through the articles, and I hope you're going to learn this and enjoy this. Let's go to Module 1. Let's see what Module 1 consists of. It consists of 2 articles: Understanding Knowledge Management and Literature Review. Second is the Theoretical Foundations of Knowledge Management. So what we're going to learn in this module? So we are going to learn what is knowledge management and why is it important, and how do we distinguish data, information and knowledge, and what are the major areas in knowledge management. So let's move on. The definition of the knowledge management comes from the Plato, 369 BC. He claims that the knowledge is as a true belief, that you think of something which is actually true. What you believe is true becomes your knowledge, and what you don't believe is not the knowledge. For instance, people believe in God, and for them it's a knowledge. And those people who does not believe in God, it is not knowledge at all. It doesn't mean that the Plato is the only one who has given the definition according to the belief and unbelief system. But there may be other sources, but the most documented source comes from the Plato 369 BC. Apart from the discussion of belief and unbelief of knowledge management, the formal definition can be prescribed that the process of collecting, organizing, classifying and disseminating information to make it purposeful to those who need it. There can be other definitions as well in the articles, but to me it comes very close to my heart. Now the question arises, from where and from whom knowledge can come from, or what are the sources of knowledge? The first source is mind, a document, a computer or an organization. You can get the knowledge from your mind, you can create things, you can get the knowledge from the document or computer or from organization in terms of SOPs, rules and policies, and even advertisement as well. The next concept is types of knowledge. Knowledge can be categorized in 2 types: explicit knowledge and tacit knowledge. Explicit knowledge is that knowledge which is written in the document form, which is written in the rules and regulations and SOPs, which you can write on book, which you give it as instruction. For instance, if I ask you to make a cake, and if you have the recipe to make a cake, then you will be able to successfully produce a wonderful cake. It means that with the help of the recipe, you have the explicit knowledge to do something. At the same moment of a time, if I ask you to write an application to your HOD or to your department head, it means you must have learned the knowledge how to write step-by-step application to someone. On the other hand, let's suppose you're a wonderful poet, and if I request you to please teach me how to do a wonderful poetry, then it will be very difficult for you to lay out step-by-step instructions that how to be a wonderful poet. It means it will be very difficult for you to transfer that knowledge in your head on the piece of paper. So what the knowledge you have inside your head remains inside your head. The experience, the feelings that you feel remains inside your head, and that's what we call a tacit knowledge. So tacit knowledge can be exhibited through social skills, aesthetic sense, body language, emotional intelligence and intuition. Let me give you the contrast of these concepts by giving you an example. For instance, you are a sales manager and you have demographic information of the customers, customer perceptions, data and previous year sales forecast. So you have the explicit knowledge, the document knowledge to make the projected future sales forecast. So on the basis of it, this explicit knowledge, you are going to make a decision about the next year's sales forecast. On the other hand, your general manager is quite of opposite view. He thinks that this projection you are making on the basis of explicit knowledge is not going to work. Why? He doesn't know, but he feels that through experience, through context. So he's making a decision through intuition, through tacit knowledge, and implicit knowledge that he has in his mind through experience and context. There are some key terms which we are frequently going to use in this course, and the first one is data. It is raw facts and figures which is available to anyone, and when you process it, it becomes information. And when you process it again with this reference to some context, it becomes knowledge. And when you able to see beyond what others can see, it becomes wisdom. So the input form of information is data, the input form of knowledge is information, and input form of wisdom is knowledge. Do you think there is something beyond wisdom, or there can be something beyond wisdom? I hope you will read the article and able to find it. Best of luck. The next is knowledge seekers versus knowledge creators. As you know that the input form of information is data, like information is extracted from data, and knowledge is extracted from information, and wisdom is extracted from knowledge. But there is a difference between how knowledge seekers and knowledge creators perceive this hierarchy. From knowledge seekers' point of view, the one who seeks the knowledge, the input is data and output is information, and then it goes upwards. But on the other hand, the one who is creating the knowledge, he's creating from top down, from knowledge to information and to data. Or you can say that from wisdom to knowledge and information and data. Now there are multiple factors which can affect knowledge management. The factors are the culture, leadership and technology, organizational adjustments, employee motivation, external factors. Now let's discuss them one by one. If the culture is supportive to innovation, creativity and knowledge sharing, then it will be helpful for the employees to share knowledge. But on the other hand, if the culture is punitive, it discourages knowledge sharing, it is closed, then people will not share knowledge. Knowledge management will not be happening over there. Now the next is leadership. If the leadership is encouraging you to do something, to be part of something, and they are participative leadership, then knowledge management will be fruitful over there. But on the other hand, if the leader is authoritative, people will not share knowledge. They will hesitate to contact their team members, team leaders, because of the authoritarian style of leadership. Technology also affects the knowledge management effort and knowledge sharing efforts. Organization adjustments. If the organization design is such a way that people continuously communicate and give feedback, then knowledge management will take place. But if the departments are designed in such a way that they work in isolation, then they will not produce knowledge sharing over there. Employee motivation. It also depends on the employee himself or herself, whether he wants to share the information or not, whether he wants to or she wants to become the part of the knowledge management or not. External factors are policy factors, regulatory factors, which can actually help or reduce knowledge management efforts. Now there are many benefits of knowledge management. That's why we are discussing this course. There are multiple benefits, but some of the benefits are best decision making, sharing best practices, and increased sales profit. To me, these are the wonderful benefits that knowledge management can provide to us. Now you can see that author has beautifully given the contribution of knowledge management in different fields. For instance, in strategic management, the concept is drawn from the core competencies, and the new concepts like downsizing, knowledge alliances, knowledge strategy, knowledge marketplace, knowledge capability. Similarly, in the field of organization culture, the key theories are culture, values, power, control, and trust. And new KM theories are knowledge culture. You have to go through the article to go through all these concepts. I advise you to go through these articles thoroughly, as this video is only the shorter version of these articles. Thank you so much.